Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is #MeToo, 6 options for empowerment. So the Me Too hashtag is the refrain that I'm hearing from a number of my female and some male colleagues and friends these days who reluctantly admit a time when they were the target of unwanted and inappropriate attention from someone. Now, these are accomplished, influential people who found themselves in a situation where a more powerful person demanded undeserved, intimate fulfillment. And these demands may have come by way of improper or sexually themed text messages, maybe a gentle but suggestive touch on the arm, possibly a lewd remark at the bar, or an expectation to continue a business conversation over drinks and dinner. Sometimes an out-of-town meeting scheduled at a hotel suite where suddenly everyone else leaves the room. And the list goes on. You can fill in the blanks. You've been there. But the common denominator is that a situationally more powerful person assumes the right to gain personal gratification from a less powerful one. And they try to take advantage of desires to get or keep a job or promotion, or to sign a deal or gain a new customer, or to gain investment dollars, or to benefit from their influence and favor. And no matter our role or our responsibilities, we may still find ourselves in such a situation where we have to be very clear in advance about what we're willing and not willing to do to accomplish these goals. But there are a few options, so let me share some options with you. Option number 1. Decide where to draw your lines. A gentleman may contact me for a meeting, but if that gentleman is not referred to me, or I don't know who knows that person, I'll always schedule a phone call first. I will never meet with them face to face unless I know the situation clearly. Number 2, phone a friend. Even before you schedule a meeting, share some of the details of that meeting with a colleague just to see if they sense some things that might be inappropriate when you think there's a concern. But phone a friend and ask for feedback. Number 3, use your intuition. A number of years ago, I worked with a particular leader who I suspected would be open to inappropriate workplace relationships. Didn't have any evidence, but I just had that intuition. So one day I'm standing talking to several other colleagues, and I see him coming down the hall, and he has a very determined stride and a very determined look in his eye, and his eyes are locked on mine, and he's not breaking stride and he's not breaking eye contact. And finally he got so close, I put out my hand in front of him to stop him because I was afraid he was going to not only get in my personal space, but touch me or kiss me. It sounds crazy, but that's what it felt like. Now, he knew he was wrong. He never did it again. He never did anything inappropriate with me again. But use your intuition. Number 4, control the environment. Make sure you're meeting in a setting and a location at a certain time of day that you feel comfortable with. Have a friend sitting not far away. Have someone come in and interrupt the conversation, but make sure you control the environment. I've actually called people back and rescheduled meetings to a location or a time that I felt more comfortable with. Number 5, be willing to walk away. And so the question is, in pursuit of that wonderful business deal, that wonderful opportunity where this individual says that, you're wonderful and you're perfect and it's just a match made in heaven, if you suspect something might go awry, be willing to walk away. And that's the biggest thing. I believe that the right opportunities are out there for me from a business standpoint, and I don't have to compromise my values or what I think is right just to get that right deal. So be willing to walk away. And then number 6 is speak up. There are so many situations where after the fact we realize how many people knew that John Doe or Jane Doe, something was going on, but no one ever brought it up. But be willing to say to your colleagues, does anyone else feel uncomfortable with this situation? Does anyone else want to change the setting? Speak up. There's strength in numbers. Use the available venues that you have to make a report on some inappropriate behavior. And then go back to number 5. Be willing to walk away. One of the earliest records of unwanted affection is in the Bible, where Potiphar's wife pulled Joseph's clothes off as he ran away from her and her repeated advances toward him. And then, of course, she lied about it to her husband, accusing him of making a pass at her, so he ended up in jail. So regrettably, I expect that these issues will never go away, but I hope that all of us will feel more empowered to address it. Remember, you won't always be able to prove that the other party's negative behaviors occurred. You won't always like how the situation is handled. You might sue, and maybe after a lengthy process win some money. But money isn't your motive. You want respect. You want empowerment. You want justice even. So review your options. Decide what you need to do to regain that empowerment and respect for your professional capabilities. And thank you for listening.